What's going on, everybody? Today, I'm exploring Sauvie Island, about 15 minutes outside of downtown Portland. Sauvie Island is an oasis and a cool place to go hang out with so many outdoor activities to do around and on the island. It is an outdoor oasis and definitely a place to go if you want to hit some outdoor activities. So let's check it out. Sauvie Island is the largest island along the Columbia River. And at 26,000 acres, it's one of the largest river islands in all of the United States. The majority of the island is designated as a wildlife area and refuge. The name Sauvie Island comes from a French-Canadian man, Laurent Sauvie dit La Plante, I'm hoping I got that right, from the Hudson's Bay Company, who established farms on the island around 1836. The island is predominantly farmland and wildlife refuge with just over 1,000 residents. The island was originally the home of the Multnomah Band of the Chinook tribe, with about 15 villages on the island in the 19th century. And in the early part of the 19th century, Lewis and Clark actually passed by Sauvie Island on their way out to the Pacific Ocean. On November 4th, 1805, Lewis and Clark actually named the island Wabato Island on their journey out to the Pacific Ocean. In 1834, Fort William, a trading post, was built on the island to compete with the local British trading posts. There's a historical sign in part of the fort that still exists on the west side of the island, just off the main road. The first bridge on the island was built and completed in December of 1950, giving people access to drive onto the island, with the current bridge being built and started in 2006 and completed in 2008. But enough of the history of the island. Sauvie Island is an oasis for outdoor activities and adventure seekers. So let me share with you some of the outdoor activities you can do on the island. So on Sauvie Island, one of the cool things that you can see out here are a lot of bald eagles and different ducks and wildfowl that are out here, including like geese and swans and herons and stuff. And one of the cool spots on the north end of the island is this viewing platform in which you're able to just come out here, grab some binoculars, and see the ducks and the other wildlife hanging out on during the summer or any time of the year, to be honest. And sometimes, especially in the wintertime, you'll have a ton of bald eagles out here on the high trees, hanging out and just kind of scouring the area and finding grub for baby bald eagles. And it's really cool. Sometimes you can see up to, I think, a dozen, or even like sometimes I've heard there's been like 20 bald eagles out here. Per acre, Sauvie Island has more waterfowl and bald eagles than any location in the state of Oregon. During the peak waterfowl migration, visitors can view geese and ducks flying around the island on their stops south for the winter. And if you're visiting and doing some viewing, please remember to purchase a parking pass. You can pick one up at the Cracker Barrel Market on the island. And always remember to bring your binoculars, because you never know what you might see out in the trees, like bald eagles. So one of the cool benefits of Sauvie Island is all the beach bank access that you have around the island. There's a lot of different areas where you can just hang out. You got some sandy beaches here, you got some rocky points on the west side of the island, and in both locations are really good spots for fishing, but also just a lot of beach access here on the north end. So if you want to bring the dog out for a walk, if you just want to hang out on the beach, if you want to bring your kids and hang out a little bit in the water, like, you have all this access to do that. And the beach is a great place to hang out, especially when you're walking your dogs or just wanting to hang out and get out of town a little bit and hit the beach without having to go all the way to the Oregon coast. The only thing I recommend, though, is stay away from the fishermen, because if you do anything to their fishing lines or their rods, they will get mad at you. Trust me, don't ask me how I know. So as you head north on Sauvie Island, you run into more beach access, including Collins Beach, which is a clothing optional beach and in true spirit of keeping Portland weird. So if you want to get away and do a little extra sunbathing, come to Collins Beach. The beaches on the island can get packed in the summer. Make sure you arrive early to get to the parking lot and pack out your trash. And always keep your children away from Collins Beach. And do note that alcohol is banned on the island from May all the way till September. Just due to the many drownings in recent years, the ban has been in place to prevent drownings. So stay safe and always wear a life jacket. So one of my first times ever visiting Sauvie Island was when I was a kid. My grandfather and I and my grandmother, we used to pick prunes at my grandparents' house. We used to bring them to places here, like on the pumpkin patch on Sauvie Island, and we used to sell them for like $1 a pound, I think is what they used to charge. And we used to come out here and I think pick about 20 pounds at a time. We'd load them in the truck in my grandfather's little GMC truck. We bring it out here and we deliver it, and I get to hang out. We used to go hang out and look at all the chickens and the animals and drop the prunes off. And it was one of my favorite times of the year because in the summertime I got to wake up early, hang out with my grandparents, and we used to come out here and then always used to get some ice cream on the way home. That was always the best. But if you want a place to stop on the island, especially in the summertime, spring, and then in the fall especially, the pumpkin patch market here, one of the coolest spots to hang out in the summertime, but more especially in the fall when the corn maze and the hay rides and the pumpkin patch picking are happening out here on the island. For those looking to do some berry picking, get some fresh berries for making jam, pies, cakes, and more, the island has a bunch of farms with a large variety of fruits, vegetables, and activities for the kids. I always enjoyed picking up some strawberries to make strawberry pie with my family in the summer, and I always made sure I got the biggest slice for dessert. So on the island, one of the cooler spots to hang out is the pumpkin patch for a couple reasons. One, in the fall, they've got the pumpkin patch and hay rides and stuff for the kids to jump on and go get their pumpkins, but they also are notorious for their really cool corn mazes out here, where in the past they've done Trailblazers logos, they've done a rose, they've done all kinds of different things, and every year it's really cool. They do haunted mazes and corn mazes for contests and stuff. And in the summertime, and usually 4th of July every year, they host for the start and ending of the Sauvie Island half and full marathon that's out here every 4th of July. And 7 years ago, my wife and I ran the half marathon together with some of our friends. It was my first half marathon, and it was quite an experience to start here and knowing that this was the place that I used to come a lot with my grandpa, and it just brought back a lot of memories, and it was really cool to run the race out here. And so if you're ever looking for a half marathon or even a full marathon to do on a course that's pretty flat, come out here to the Sauvie Island one, and it starts at the pumpkin patch, and at the very end you get strawberry shortcake. It is the most delicious thing ever. If you are looking for easy access fishing areas, Sauvie Island has a number of spots to go bank fishing for salmon, sturgeon, and mud lake on the west side of the island where you can catch bass and crappie. The island has great bank access for folks that don't have a fishing boat like myself that love to fish. It's a great opportunity to introduce new people into fishing, especially bank fishing. Fling your gear out there, put your rod in the rod holder, and then wait for the bell to ring and hold on for dear life. Fish on, everybody. So for someone who's an outdoor enthusiast, Sauvie Island has a ton of different things you can do. There's plenty of beach access to go bank fishing. There's Mud Lake on the west side of the island to do paddle boarding and a little bit of bass fishing, as well as spots around the island where the Willamette and the Columbia Rivers are calm, where you can go canoeing, rafting, boating, and even doing a little duck hunting here, as long as you've got the right permits to hunt on the island. Thank you guys for watching my video. If you ever get a chance, come out to Sauvie Island. It's a really fun place and a lot to do, especially for those that love the outdoors. Thank you guys for watching, and as always, the outdoors is a gift. Share it with others.